Well, howdy, folks. Now, today I was a pawn of the system. That's my way of looking at it. Pawn of the system. I had to do my obligation. My obligation to, in order to maintain my job, I gotta go get a physical every 2 years. And other things I gotta do, which a lot of you don't have to do probably to maintain your job that you got. But I kind of get bent out of whack when I got to do these extra things just because of my job. And I'm sitting around in this building waiting to get this physical, and kind of feeling angry. And luckily, I'm not really that crazy of a person. I deal with the people there in a nice way. When I detect someone being nice to me, even though it's part of this system thing that I got to do, which I kind of don't appreciate. If the people working there are friendly and they give me a smile, I'm quick to give it back to them, and even start chatting and trying to make the most of it, have a good time. Yeah, but it's kind of weird because I'm sitting there and I'm just thinking about politics, and we're forced into doing things that we question, but it goes beyond our ability to do anything about. We just gotta to do it. If I didn't do it, then I wouldn't be able to work. It's the law of the land. But it all turned out happy. I passed my physical, and I actually had to go somewhere else, so it was like the time was running out. And I asked them could they take me soon, and they did, all smiley faces and stuff. So it's kind of like you got to deal with people, even though they're part of a system that you might not appreciate. You can never forget the human angle. I think that's a problem with some of the kooks. I mean, as nutty as I may talk sometimes, I'm not really one of the kooks, not at all. At least one of the dangerous kooks, The dangerous kooks, they forget all about the human element. I think of people that blow up things, and just this terrible stuff people do because they're mad. They're mad at the system. Well, you can be mad at the system without hurting people. You can voice your opinion. And it feels good to voice your opinion when you're mad at the system. It's as simple as that. So, just like anything that you might not approve of or have a power, any personal power to change, sometimes we just got to look beyond the negative feelings we're having and look for that smiling face. Look for the person that's trying to be helpful to you as you go about doing something you might not want to do. And it just it helps the situation along. Gotta make the most of it. So, if you have any stories about being angry about the system, and we're talking political system, whatever the system might be, the corporate world, you know, how do you deal with negative feelings you have towards whatever system you find yourself up against or being controlled by? How do you go about just getting that more peaceful feeling? Like I said, I like to look for friendly people, and it makes it much easier to fit in. You know, you're the spoke in the wheel. So, what do you have that parallels trying to feel more at ease in a situation where the system, the political system, or, you know, there's like a system of employment, the corporate world, or, you know, some lesser job, but you're expected to act a certain way, and you might not be happy about it. So how do you deal with it? Talk to you later, folks.